What you're looking at right now is a coronavirus related stocks list on CNBC. Look carefully at this list. Just take your time and you can even pause and have a look at this list. Now, this list does not contain these two stocks, prpo Inc. and Cocrystal Pharma Inc. So, prpo is a health-related healthcare stock, related stock, and Cocrystal is a pharmaceutical stock. So, in comparing the two of them, we're using this compare stocks tool on Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is by far the best equity or stocks trading platform out there, better than Robinhood. It's just that Robinhood is by far more popular, but you can get by far any sort of research tool, name it, you're going to find it on Charles Schwab. So moving on, we can see the comparison for the session of the 4th or rather 5th of April 2021. Precipiu closed up 6.06%, whereas Cocrystal closed up 72.58%. So moving down, we can see the average volume for Precipiu is about 33.785 million, whereas that of Cocrystal is 520,000. So for the session of that day, there's a good chance that the market participants who participated in Cocrystal's rally may go away because it has this huge volume, 10 times, more than 8,000 times what its regular volume is. So there's a good chance that that rally is not going to last as long. And moving down, we can see from the fundamentals that the net profit margin is actually worse off. They are both in the negative, but that of Cocrystal is by far the worst of the both of them. Long-term debt to equity is Precipiu has the worst of the two of them, 3.38. Return on equity, Cocrystal is the best of the better of the two. Return on assets, okay, Cocrystal is also the better of the two as well. Sales per employee, Cocrystal is also the better of the two. So fundamentally, I think Cocrystal scores better than Precipiu, but obviously we obviously recently heard that Precipiu is selling its coronavirus test kits that will just take about 20 minutes to determine outcomes on Amazon. So that sent the stock rising in the previous session, the session of the 4th of April. So we can see what's going on here with Precipiu. Precipiu says price reached a new 52-week high at some point during the session of the 5th of April of May 2021. Says price reached a new 52-week high of $9.18. This exceeds the previous high of $8 by $1.18, and it is 1,312.31% above the 52-week low of $0.65. Volume also spiked in the previous session, not the session of today. So yes, it is today, the session of today, the 4th of April. Says trading volume exceeded the 10-day average of 22.435 million by 5,223.87%. So we can see that even though this is just the second day of extension for Precipiu, but the stock hasn't reached its all-time high. I mean, its high of $7. It reached as at the 30th of July 2020. So it has still some way to go up as it concerns that sort of level. We can move on and see that a lot of the signals are very much bullish. The oscillators are still bullish. 14 period slow momentum, the relative strength index, they are still very much bullish, and stock obviously appears to be in a strong bullish trend. 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising. For prpo, for Cocrystal, it has this volume of 626 million. That's what the volume was. There's a good chance because of that volume. Usually when you have a high volume associated with a significant rally, there's a good chance that those who participated to that rally may not continue. The people who participated may just walk away easily. There isn't any news concerning this rally, concerning Cocrystal. It says price reached a new 52-week high of $3.46. This exceeds the previous high of $3.04 by $0.42, and it is 355.26% above the 52-week low of 0.76. Volume also spiked indeed. Trading volume exceeded the 10-day average of 15.383 million shares by 2,770.63%. Price crossed above 50-day moving average as well, above the 200-day moving average. All of these occurred today. So let's see. Okay, so this is the 200-day moving average. So at some point it was trading below that 200-day trend line. So at the 30th of not long ago, that was Friday the 30th of July, April, this stock was absolutely presenting a perfect buy the dip opportunity, trading below all of its short and intermediate and indeed the long-term trend lines. And lo and behold, in the next session, the session of the 3rd of April, it began to extend. So, and today it's extended up till what we are looking at right now. So I think they both have the same sort of market cap: 88 million for Cocrystal, 89 million for prpo. So they are very much, for some reason we just picked them up to compare. I think it also has some news. I don't really see any news as such. Is there any news? If there is a news, it's not exactly that recent. See, there's one piece of news that's comparing the two of them. Okay, the news that is closest to the prpo, I think it's this one that is saying Cocrystal Pharma reports 2020 financial results. Okay, I think there's one that it says, okay, we don't have it here, it's on Investor Place. It was saying something about a drug concerning coronavirus. I think that is probably the news and all that stuff. So we can see the oscillators are very much bullish. They can see that RSI is bullish. The 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is bullish. MACD is above the histogram and rising. And the MACD is above signal line and rising. MACD histogram is above zero and rising as well. COP, Cocrystal appears to be consolidating within a longer term downtrend. The average directional index is below 20, indicating that shares have traded sideways recently. However, the 200-day is still bearishly lower, but it is lagging the S&P 500. I think, okay, well, maybe because this rally we are looking at right now, it has just been this rally you're looking at from here to there occurred in just 2 sessions. So it has not filtered, it has not really influenced what that readout we just read over there is. So we can see here, if we have to digress, this was as far back as the 11th of June 2020. You can see what short squeezes looks like. These are very much likely to be the outcome of short squeezes. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can see this, it keeps on extending and pulling back, and all up till the 27th of July. The stock never broke through the support of its 10-day trend line. So that was quite magnificent. So it definitely has to be the stuff of short squeezes. You can see that from this high, it closed from this high of the 20th of July, it's retraced down to 21st. So that is definitely the stuff of very likely, I wouldn't say definitely, there's a good chance it is short transactions that led to that sharp decline. We can see this sharp extension, sharp retracement. So sometimes they are usually associated with short selling and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, the point of this video is to point out two stocks that have been ignored by CNBC. These guys are in the space, manufacturing drugs and kits for coronavirus, and they're not exactly vaccines. I think they're slightly a departure from the vaccines, because vaccines, you have to go somewhere to take them, but with pills and drugs, medicines, you have to buy them and consume them anywhere you like. So these are very important coronavirus related stocks, and they have been ignored, have not been noticed. So that's why we are making this video. But I have to say that the two stocks have run up a huge amount of gains in one or two sessions, or since the last two sessions. So I wouldn't urge you to jump in right now and start buying them. I would definitely say just observe, see if they're going to pull back or consolidate before you do so. They're really super hot. So yeah, these are the two stocks, prpo and Cocrystal. They have been ignored from this list. CNBC has this coronavirus related stocks. So I think they are fundamentally sound. They are worth it, and they are also taking a different stance, a different approach towards coronavirus solutions. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video.